let's get right into it. Now, look, I know everybody want to talk about Trump, but first, let's talk about the opposite of Trump, women's basketball. Last night, the LSU Lady Tigers beat Iowa in a tournament that had record-breaking viewership, but it wasn't just who won the game that left people talking.
Controversy following last night's game after LSU sophomore Angel Reese taunted Iowa star Caitlin Clark. Commentators and fans online calling Reese disrespectful and unclassy. But Reese pointed out that no one cared when Clark had made the same gesture in a previous game.
Did you see what that black woman did to the white woman who did the same thing to a previous woman in a previous game? Must tweet it. Can't resist, must tweet. First off, Caitlin Clark herself was okay with the shit. She was fine with it because Caitlin gets that trash talk is part of the game. And I agree. Personally, I think trash talk is good for sports. Sports is better when there's trash talk, even better when it might start a race war. You can't see me. You can't see me. And to be honest, man, this was some good competition, yo. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. This might be the new Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird. This might be the start of a feud that bleeds into the professional and into the WNBA. You think Caitlin Clark ain't back in Iowa right now training? You think she ain't right now dunking off the side of a barn? Hell, LSU might have messed up and created a monster. The last thing you want in your life is a white woman with a grudge. You seen them movies? Them white women get mad? Hey, you get a white woman mad, they keep coming and keep coming and coming. Did y'all see Alien? That alien pissed off Sigourney Weaver one time, and then Sigourney whooped that alien's ass for 4 straight movies. Then she went and sicked the Predator on their ass. But let's move on to the real championship game. The state of New York versus Donald J. Trump. Oh, Trumpy. Oh, Trumpy was indicted last week for paying a porn star hush money. You know Trump got to be mad. He paid all that hush money. Didn't nobody hush. It's messed up. It's in the word. Hush. Shh. But no affair has been less hushed than this one. Everybody know about this damn affair. There's uncontacted tribes in the Amazon who know that Trump boned Stormy Daniels. I do not know what a plane is, but I do know that Stormy Daniels spanked Trump with a magazine. Now, excuse me. Now, look. Now, if you notice, I did not do a native accent. I'm not trying to get canceled on my first date. Now, I am holding a spear, my bad, but I didn't do no accent. The point is, Trump has been indicted, and tomorrow, the circus is coming to town.
New York City this morning preparing to become the setting for an unprecedented legal and political drama as Donald Trump returns to face the criminal charges against him. Mr. Trump expected to face some 30 separate charges, the first ever filed against a former president, in an indictment handed up last Thursday, still secret and under seal until his arraignment. Mr. Trump's arraignment Tuesday will include being processed at the courthouse, with fingerprints and a DNA sample expected to be taken as well. But he likely won't be handcuffed, and Secret Service agents will protect him at every turn.
That's right. Trump's got to provide a DNA sample, which, if you think about it, that's kind of how he got in this mess in the first place. The upside with Trump's DNA, now the NYPD could probably solve a bunch of cold cases from the 80s. Why are they arraigning him like he's a normal person? He ain't a normal person. Trump ain't a normal person. Normal people don't bring the Secret Service to get arrested. And to be honest, I kind of feel sorry for the Secret Service agents. How you get assigned to a former president, you're supposed to be going to baseball games and windsurfing. You get assigned to Trump, you gotta go to Rikers. You gotta take a shank for this man. You gotta taste test the toilet wine, make sure it ain't poison. You gotta dig the escape tunnel, then dump the dirt in a softball field. I'll never forget the day Donald Trump showed up on the yard with 6 Secret Service agents. He thought I was Ben Carson. My Morgan Freeman's terrible. I gotta work on it. But it's not all bad for old Trumpy. According to reports, he's already raised $5 million since the news dropped on Thursday. $5 million! This man is balling. $5 million. Do you know how many cigarettes that'll get you in prison? Honestly, this might be teaching this man the wrong lesson. Trump gonna start telling people to snitch on him for other crimes he did just so he can get that bag too. Trump will be the first man in history to pay unhush money. Going to jail might be the new way to fundraise if you're a politician. Hillary probably sitting around like, hell, $5 million, shit, maybe they should have locked me up. And Trump supporters aren't just supporting him with donations. They sound like they're ready to do whatever it takes to avenge him.
After Trump's indictment, some on social media called for war and said it's time for a real insurrection.
This thing opens up a whole Pandora's box here, and I don't really think the left understands what they're getting themselves into.
It almost feels like they're pushing the population to react. We think they're demoralized and passive. Let's see if they really are. Probably not the best time to give up your AR-15, and I think most people know that.
They are agitating for unrest. That's the only way to interpret this. I'm ready for whatever's next. And I hope every other man out there watching this show, I hope you're ready for whatever's next. If that's what they want, let's get to it.
Now look, I can't speak for all them other folks we just saw. But I'm gonna tell you this much, when a black man wearing a leather jacket, he ain't around. Okay. Doubt them other folks if you want, but do not doubt this man. Look at him, looking like Blade's granddaddy. Probably got the sword right there under the damn seat. But you gotta give it up to these Trump supporters, man. You gotta give them credit. They talking about showing up to the courthouse knowing that the NYPD will be there. And the NYPD will be ready. Look, I don't know if you've seen the footage of the NYPD, but they whoop ass. They make the playoffs every year. But, you know, the NYPD, they might not beat these MAGA protesters too bad. Cops might recognize some of them from doing January 6th together. But don't clap for the police going to January 6th. But as passionate as Republicans are, you got to give them credit. This case is being quarterbacked by a black district attorney, and not once have they called him the N-word. That's amazing. Excuse me one second. Hey there. I'm very proud of y'all. You're very angry about this, but at no point have you gone all the way to publicly using the N-word. And that's growth. And I want you to know that I see you and I see your progress, and that's just a little pat on the back from your old Uncle Roy. Now, to me, here's what's weird about the reaction from Trump supporters. They're getting ready for revenge for what Democrats did to Donald Trump, but they're also celebrating what Democrats did to Donald Trump because they think it'll help him win the election. So to help me break that down a little bit more on that, we turn to the homie Ronny Chieng. Ronny Chieng. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, Ronny. Good to see you, Ronny. Now, Ronny, can you believe that some people think getting arrested is actually going to help Trump?
Yeah, because they're right. Of course getting arrested is going to help Trump. You know how badass he's going to look when he walks into the Republican debates with a face tattoo? Now Trump's got street cred. You're black, you know what that is.
But, Ronny, jail is not an instant path to greatness. You know jail is not an instant path to greatness. You're an Asian. You're smarter than this.
Yeah. Yeah, I am Asian, which is why I know Trump is going to be a martyr now. He'll be like the Nelson Mandela of the people who put Nelson Mandela in jail. Everyone thinks they want upstanding leaders, but what they really want are bad boys who don't give a f***. Bill Clinton got a blowjob in the Oval Office, and that's still the most popular thing he ever did.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh, yeah? Well, name one other thing he did then.
He played saxophone on Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, well, That's just another form of blowing, okay? Face it, Roy. It's 2023. Being indicted now makes you a stronger candidate. It's like being a rapper or Martha Stewart. Okay, in fact, I'm calling it. Trump is now the official front runner for president.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I just said it on The Daily Show with Roy Wood Jr.
No, don't say with Roy Wood Jr. Just say The Daily Show.
The Daily Show with Roy Wood Jr. officially says that Donald Trump is now the lead candidate in the presidential race.
Seriously. That's your prediction. Trump wins, election over, already done.
Yeah. Unless Joe Biden can also get indicted for something even crazier. I mean, I'm talking Hunter Biden crazy, okay? None of this classified documents bullshit. No one gives a about documents, okay? No, I'm saying at the next cabinet meeting, Biden's got to beat Pete Buttigieg to death. How about this? How about this? He could steal a nuclear bomb and use it to beat Pete Buttigieg to death. You should give me a medal for saying that twice. Or Biden, do something else illegal, okay? Roy, you're black, okay? Name some crimes.
Grand theft auto, possession with intent to distribute, writing bad checks would be a great... Wait a minute, man. Don't make me suggest crimes for the president, man. You're saying in order to win, Biden has to fight fire with fire.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great pitch, okay? He should set the White House on fire, right? With Pete Buttigieg inside, okay? So Biden has to one-up Trump, okay? If Trump goes to prison, Biden has to go to solitary, get the death penalty, and then just to be safe, go to hell, okay? So basically, whoever goes to hell first will win the election because that's democracy, baby.
Okay. They gotta go to hell? They gotta go to hell? You make hell sound like a swing state.
Yeah, exactly. Hell is like Ohio, except not as bad.
Okay, that's enough. Ronny Chieng, everybody. Give it up for Ronny Chieng. Thank you, Ronny.